artists. Let's make a symmetrical butterfly. So you're going to need a pencil, a little bit of paint, and a paintbrush and a piece of paper. So turn your paper so it's wide like mine. We don't want it tall for this, wide. We're going to take the short end and fold it so it's touching the other short end. So I'm folding it in half, kind of like a book fold, or sometimes we call it a hamburger fold. Okay, so I folded my paper in half. Now I'm going to write my name on what would be like the title, the cover of the book. So we're going to open that up now. And we are going to do some painting a little bit at a time. So kind of like one step at a time. I'm going to only paint on one side. And then after every single step, I'm going to fold my paper to transfer the painting from one side to the other. So that's how we're going to keep it symmetrical. So the first thing is we're going to find the middle of our paper. So this is the center. So this is about even with the bottom. See how this space is about the same as that space. And I'm going to paint half of my butterfly's body. So it's kind of like a line with like a little half circle at the top. Set my brush down and I painted very close to the crease. We got to kind of work fast with this one. So I did my painting. Now I'm going to take my hand. I folded my paper in half. Now I'm going to kind of rub on top so that the design transfers, it copies to the other side. All right, so great start to my butterfly. Let's keep going together. We're going to paint a line that's kind of like where the butterfly's neck would be. I don't think butterflies have necks, but you know what I'm talking about right there. And we're going to draw a diagonal up, paint a diagonal up towards the top corner of your paper. Let's fold again. You got to work fast, and every time we do a new line, we're going to fold again. Okay, so this side's getting a little bit light. So I'm going to go on top of that, just right on top of where I already painted. I'm not painting something new because we want to keep it symmetrical. So now let's do this. Let's find the middle of the butterfly's body and paint a short horizontal line. So see how this line is shorter than my big, long vertical line? Fold and rub. All right, now let's do another line that kind of curves to connect this top point to that point. A nice big curve. Do it straight if you want it. I like the curve. Fold and rub. All right, now it's getting a little light over here again, so I'm going to paint a little bit more just to darken it up. Okay, now we have the two top wings. We're going to do the bottom wings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start kind of where the bottom of my butterfly is, and I'm going to do a big curve to the side, a big curve to the side. So it kind of almost looks like a little hook, backwards J maybe. That wing is a little smaller than the top wing. All right, let's take a peek at this butterfly. There we go. He's looking pretty good. Now we're going to do an antenna. So I'm just going to paint on one side. I'm going to make sure to touch the paper very lightly with my brush because I want a little bit of a skinnier line. And I chose to make mine kind of have a little curve at the top. You could do a straight line or some other type of zigzag or something. All right, so now he has two antennae. And the last step is to design some sort of line or pattern in the butterfly's wings. So I'm going to paint down here. I'll paint an open circle. So it's open in the middle. And then let's see, I'll paint some straight lines to kind of divide this wing up into sections. This is something we got to kind of work fast. Might have to do a couple little fixes. So that's what I want to do. You could do something totally different, of course. Let's make sure all those designs transferred. Oh, okay, so see they're a little bit light, but it's kind of like giving me a good guide. It shows me where my lines need to go. They're not super dark, so I'm going to go over them again to make sure you can really see them. But we're not making new lines because we want to keep it all symmetrical, so it's the same on both sides. And there is my symmetrical butterfly.